In the middle of the night, you just laid your baby down in the crib, very gently, very slowly, carefully enough that you are almost afraid to breathe too loudly. But only seconds after your hands leave their body, the baby suddenly wakes up again. Tiny hands grab onto your shirt. Their head turns searching for your chest. Their little body tries climbing back onto you, as if something terrifying just happened. And in that moment, so many parents feel like crying from pure exhaustion, because you already did everything. You rocked them for so long, walked back and forth through the darkness, tried placing them down as gently as possible. But your baby still only wants to sleep on you. Some babies only truly sleep deeply, when their ear rests against their parent's chest, when they hear that familiar heartbeat. From the outside, it can look like a child who is overly attached. But what many parents do not realize is this: maybe your baby is not searching for sleep. Maybe they are searching for a different feeling, a feeling their body has known for a very long time, even before they were born. Before your baby knew what the world was, they already knew your body. That heartbeat, that breathing, that voice echoing softly through warm water inside the womb. During the first months of life, a parent's body is almost an entire world to a child. That is why frightened babies do not search for toys. They do not search for lights. They search for mom's chest, for a familiar scent, for the heartbeat they heard thousands of times before birth. There are nights when a baby cries intensely, but the moment they are laid against their parent's chest, their body softens almost immediately. The crying quiets down. Tiny fingers stop clenching so tightly. Their breathing slowly begins to settle. And that moment is not because the child is spoiled. It is because a deeply instinctive part inside them has just realized, I'm back in the place that feels familiar. Many parents often think, if I hold my baby too much, they'll get too attached. But in reality, many things adults call clingy are simply a baby returning to the place that feels most peaceful to them. Before children can say, I miss mom, their body already knows how to search for that feeling. And if you are watching this video with a baby sleeping on your chest right now, maybe your child is doing the only thing they know how to do, to feel calm again. Young children are not born with the ability to calm themselves alone. They do not yet know how to soothe fear by themselves. They do not yet know how to slow their breathing when overwhelmed. So their body does the only thing it can do. They reach for you. Research on co-regulation shows that, during the early years of life, children often use the calm state of their caregiver to steady themselves. That is why some babies cry intensely. But the moment they are held tightly against their parent's chest, their breathing slowly begins calming down. The crying softens. Their whole body gradually relaxes, as if they are borrowing peace from the adult beside them to guide themselves back toward comfort again. And on some nights, you can see it very clearly. A baby lying on their mother's chest, an ear pressed directly over her heartbeat, tiny fingers still holding onto a corner of her shirt. And slowly, their whole body softens, while listening to that familiar rhythm. Many researchers believe babies respond to familiar heartbeats because it is a sound they listened to constantly inside the womb for many months. And maybe that is why for so many babies, their parents' chest is not only a place to sleep, it is a place where their body remembers, here I don't need to stay alert anymore. And maybe that is why so many exhausted parents still hold their baby a little longer in the dark. Because somewhere deep inside, you can feel it too. Your child is not trying to make your life difficult. They are simply trying to return to the safest feeling they know. And if your baby also only sleeps while lying on you, you are probably not the only parent awake holding a baby right now. There is a reason many babies become much clingier at night, because when the light disappears, everything familiar disappears with it. During the day, your baby can still see your face, hear your footsteps, watch you move around the room. But at night, the world suddenly becomes quieter and darker, and far more unpredictable for a very small child. That is why many babies sleep for a little while, then suddenly startle awake and immediately search for someone, not because they are bad sleepers, but because during the transition between sleep cycles, a child's brain often unconsciously checks, is my familiar person still here? Some babies open their eyes and immediately begin searching for mom's shirt with their hands. Some are not even fully awake yet, but instinctively crawl closer toward their parent, as if something inside them is trying to make sure I haven't been left alone in the dark. And maybe this is the moment many parents begin seeing their child differently, because the baby climbing back onto you at 3 in the morning is probably not trying to exhaust you. They are simply trying to find enough peace to fall asleep again. If you have ever felt like you were doing something wrong because your baby only sleeps on you, please remember this. Many babies are not searching for a habit. They are searching for a feeling of peace. Their body still cannot create on its own yet. Maybe many parents here understand that feeling more deeply than you think. Maybe. One of the most emotional images from early childhood is a baby resting their ear against a parent's chest and slowly falling asleep. Tiny fingers still holding onto your shirt, their breathing slowing one breath at a time. From the outside, it may simply look like a child who likes being held to sleep, but for a very small baby, that moment may feel like coming home. Research on kangaroo care shows that babies held close against a caregiver's chest often calm down faster, settle more easily, and relax more deeply after stress. There are nights when a baby cries so hard their entire body becomes tense, but only minutes after lying on their mother's chest, their body softens completely, as if they just heard a sound they have known for a very long time. And maybe what adults call too clingy is sometimes simply a baby returning to the first place that ever made them feel safe. Many parents look at sleepless nights and only see exhaustion, and that feeling is completely real. But sometimes, beneath those broken nights of sleep, something deeply important is quietly being built too. A deep sense of safety, the feeling that someone will come back, the ability to calm themselves more easily one day. Because every time a frightened child reaches out and someone comes back, they slowly begin learning. There is still a safe place for me in this world. Research on attachment shows that children who feel emotionally safe during the early years of life often grow up better able to regulate emotions later on. That does not mean parents must be perfect. No one can be. But every time you come back, every time you hold your child calmly, every time you stay when your child needs you, those moments quietly become part of a very deep foundation inside them. And maybe the most important thing of all is this: you are not doing it wrong. This is not forever. One day, your child will sleep without needing to lie on your chest anymore. There will no longer be tiny hands grabbing your shirt at midnight. But right now, if you want bedtime to feel a little easier, try very small things. Keeping warmth on the bed before laying your baby down, leaving a familiar scent nearby, softly whispering before letting go, "Mommy's still here," because for young children, gentle transitions often help them feel far less afraid. And if tonight you are exhausted, sitting in the dark with a baby who only sleeps on your body, please remember this. Your child is probably not trying to make life difficult for you. They are simply searching for the safest place their body knows how to return to. And if this video helped you see sleepless nights with gentler eyes, share your experience in the comments. Because sometimes, a mother awake with her baby at 2 in the morning only needs to know she is not alone, to feel a little healed too.